Okay, so we have discussed about how a system determines the accounts when we are doing goods receipts or goods issues, things like that. So now let's try to understand how do we evaluate the materials substocks. Okay, so the concept of split valuation, as I told you yesterday, will allow you to manage the substocks in different stock accounts. Okay, so that's nothing but the split valuation allows the substocks of the same material to be valuated separately. Okay, so why do we have to use split valuation? Like I told you, the same material, if it is to be procured from different sources of suppliers, or if the same material, different quantities of materials having different quality levels, or if there is different status on the material. So in such cases, or you may produce the same material and you may also procure it from the external resources. In such cases, you go for split valuation. So as you can see here, for certain materials, it's necessary to evaluate the various stocks in particular valuation area separately. There can be various reasons, like I said, source of origin could be different, levels of quality will be different, or if a material can have different statuses, like restricted use stock, unrestricted stock. Distinction is made between the in-house production material and external procurement. Okay, or it could be different delivery, or it could be anything also. Okay, so same material, but one lot of material to be valuated at one price, another lot of the material to be valuated at a different price. If you come across any such situation in your business scenario, the concept or the functionality which we use is called split valuation. So based on what criteria you are differentiating the substocks, that is what we call it as valuation category. Okay, so you have got two things which you need to remember. There is something called valuation category and valuation type. So split valuation works on the basis of valuation category and valuation type. Valuation category is nothing but a key which specifies what is the criteria to be used on the basis for differentiating the substocks of the same material. Okay, so if I take origin, source of origin as the criteria, so you can consider that source of origin as valuation category. What is source of origin? One quantity of material procured from vendor A will have different price. Another quantity of material procured from vendor B will also have a different price. So that is what we call it as source of origin. Similarly, if you want to consider the type of procurement as the basis for which separating the substocks, in such cases in-house production material one price, same material if it is procured from external market vendors a different price. Okay, so like this, even quality also, A class quality one price, B class another price, and C class a different price. So like this, there are 3 or 4 standard categories which SAP has given. Of course, you can create your own categories. SAP given categories or type of procurement, source of origin, quality, and the status of the material, restricted or not unrestricted, that is batch. Okay, if you look at type of procurement, like I said, in-house production, external procurement. So the actual values on the basis, actual values for the basis is called valuation type. So I would say the valuation type is nothing but the key that identifies the characteristics of the category. If you choose category as if you choose the type of procurement as a category, what types of procurements do you have? In-house production, external procurement. These two are valuation types, whereas type of procurement itself is the category. If you choose source of origin as the category, what sources or the valuation types. So what sources means one metal from Italy, another metal from Japan, another metal from say England. These Japan, England, Italy, these are sources. These are actually valuation types. It could be the place, or it could be the vendor, it could be anything. Similarly, if you choose quality as the criteria, A class, B class, C class and D class, these actual classes, okay? So the one which actually defines the characteristics of the quantity of material is defined as a valuation type, okay? So this is how you have to define it. So after knowing valuation type, valuation category, let's try to understand how the structure, the split valuations, how the materials are structured, split valuated materials especially. If you look at it here, I have a plant and I have got a material. It could be your rear wheel tire or front wheel tire, or it could be anything. It should be defined in a plant. All the split valuated materials will have moving average price. That is, price control should be of V. If a material has got price control S, then that cannot be considered as split valuation material. So all the materials will have price control V. Right? Then you see here, and also when we actually define the material, I'll explain you the rest of the things. Okay, so let me define the process first, and then we will go with the previous slide. Okay, so what are the prerequisites that is required for the split valuation? First thing, you have to define the appropriate settings. Number one, split valuation should be made active in the configurations at your plant level. Number two, you have to define the category and the valuation type. Number three, you have to extend these category and valuation types to the local level. Okay, you see here, these are the various prerequisites. Configuration, like I said, activate the split valuation in customizing. Let me open the screen. I hope Pavitra has come. Pavitra, are you there? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, let me go with SPRO, SAP reference IMG, and then you have to go to material management. Under valuation and account assignment, you have something called split valuation. You see here, activate split valuation. First thing, you have to check this indicator. Ensure that split valuation is active in your system. Once that is done, you come to configure split valuation. Okay, you go with cancel. Let me, where is that file? Excel file. Okay, so split valuation. So first thing, as we discussed, activate the split valuation. Second thing, what we have to do is define valuation category and valuation type at global level. What do you mean by global level? The categories and the types that you define can be used for all the plants, right? The next thing is extend the valuation category and plant to local, in the sense plant level. Okay, these are the three things that you have to do. Then the fourth one would be assign the valuation category and types to the material. Okay. The fourth step would be create, view and perform GR. Okay. Or you can do any inventory transaction. Okay, so these are the various activities that you will be doing in this exercise. You have done the split valuation activation. Second thing is you have to define the valuation category and valuation type. Okay, so come to this place. You see here, I actually come from this place. Configure split valuation. I go with cancel. OMWC. OMWB is MMFI integration. OMWC is split valuation. So here, first I go with global categories. Okay, what did I say? I said here define the valuation category and valuation type at global level, isn't it? So therefore, I go and define it here. A, B, C, D. E is not there. So let me choose E. I go with E. Okay. See, like I said, SAP has given 4 standard options: type of procurement, what you call type, source of origin, status, and quality levels. Apart from these 4, you can choose any other criteria which would separate the substocks of the material in your business scenario. So here I'm just using a word or a key called E. The description is I would say procurement type. I wanted to go with procurement type. Okay, say hit enter and I go with create. You see, valuation category E was created. You see here, external procurement mandatory, default value in-house, default value external procurement. These things I am here to create. This is just a category which I have created. I'll just go back. Okay, you could see E here. Okay, you could see E over here. So the next thing is I'll just go back. Now I go with global types. That is nothing but valuation types. So valuation types also I'm going to create like this. Go with create EXT PROC external procurement. That's my external procurement valuation type called external procurement. What did I say about valuation type? It defines the characteristics or attributes of the substocks of a certain valuation category or a criteria. External procurement means what? Is purchase orders allowed? Yes or no? It is allowed. Is internal purchase orders allowed? Definitely not allowed. Okay. Account category reference. We have created our own account category reference. Did you remember? NISN or something like that I have created. Isn't it? You see here, account category reference for raw materials of type GMRO. You save it. Okay. You go and create it. Similarly, I will also create internal procurement. For internal procurement, external purchase orders not allowed, internal purchase orders are allowed. Isn't it? Account category reference I use same and I go with create. Okay. EXT Proc, INT Proc. These are my 2 valuation types. I will now come back to my global category. I will link the valuation types to my category E. You see here I am selecting E, go with change. Okay. So here default valuation type external procurement EXT PROC. I think this is what I have created, right? So let me find it out. If I have it, come on. Why is it not pulling? Oops.
7
ఏంటండి?
అదే మిస్ అన్న 77 సార్.
Let me check it. ext proc. Anything కనపట్లేదు ఇక్కడ? Oh my god, I think I have not saved it, Andy. Sorry. No, not this one. ext underscore proc is not mine. Give me a moment. I think I have not saved it. I should have saved after creation. Global types. Do you see ext proc here? It's not there, isn't it? Can you see here? int proc is there, but ext proc was not there. Okay, so let's go and create once again ext proc. External purchase orders allowed, internal purchase orders not allowed. It already exists. Save it. Then where was it? Maybe in the next screen. int proc.
ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ రాలేదు.
Sir, it is there, no sir.
Yeah.
Just go back, it is there.
Yeah, it's there. ext proc.
Yes.
You could see here.
ఎస్ సార్.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go back to global categories, say category E, go with change mode, and now ext proc. If it is not there, it will give me an error. Okay, default valuation type external procurement mandatory, I would say yes. Similarly, int proc, I put it here, default valuation type is allowed. Okay, just hit enter, I go, I save. Okay, I think I should go with change first. Okay, and then save it. Back, now you could see here, this is procurement type ext proc, int proc, both were there. Now, having done this, after this, so this is my second step. Define valuation category and valuation types at global level. Then extend the valuation category and type. Valuation category and valuation type to the plant. Valuation type to local level. Okay, so how you see here, you keep the cursor at your category, go with types and category, this types and category link. Okay, ensure that you activate your valuation type. ext proc is activated. Similarly, int proc also is activated, isn't it? Then from here, what you can do is local definitions. You see here, let me go with local definitions. So this is nothing but extending. Okay, not here, just give me a moment. Yeah, so this one. Okay, so here you see, you have to look for your plant 777C. Come down. Do you see 77C? You see here 777C. Keep the cursor over here and then go with local categories. See here, BHXY is there, right? So there is no E, that is the one that you have defined. So what you can do is, come on, just one more second. Global categories. The categories here E. Go with types and categories. Okay, and then if you look at here, you see here, once you are here, go with types and categories, okay, and then from here, category to OUS, you click on this so that you can activate your plant. So here you will have your plant 777C. Now you see here 77C. I wanted to activate. It means extending the validation category to your plant. You see here, this is E, I am extending it to 77C. Once you are done here, you can go with local definitions. Okay, once you are done here, you can go with local definitions. Okay, so under local definitions, you see here there are so many things got activated. B, H, X, Y. For example, if you want to use more than one criteria to define the substocks or to manage substocks, you can use all of them. No, I don't want, I wanted only my category to be made activated. In such cases, I deactivate rest of them, okay, and use only mine activate. So therefore, only this will be activated for your plant. Okay, I am done with it now. Okay, now you see here /row, I am going to create a material mm01. ZMRO, right? Okay, so this one, I'll just go and create a new material for this example. Look at here, organizational levels, plant is 77C 0001, hit enter. Split valuation demo material. Okay, so here unit of measure, I give material group, it's not there. Okay, so you take anything, material group is no bearing on it, so therefore I can give anything over here. Purchasing group, purchasing value key. One sec, let me go back and do the GR processing time. Okay, here, here. Now you see here valuation class. I give valuation class as this one, moving average price of say 10. Now you see here is the time to enter valuation category. Here you would see BHE, all these things were there, but I wanted to go with E only. That's mine. If you want, you can keep only one, or else if you want to suppress rest of them and you want to make activate only your category, that also you can do so. Okay, so let it get saved. Okay, ensure that, okay, so this is your material, 416 is your material. Now, you see here, I wanted to go with create, once again, let me go with change, take the material number, now /n mm01. Once again, I'm going with it. You see here, under normal situations, if I go with enter, you would have seen the material already available, cannot be created again. But for a split validated material, it allows you. Okay, basic data 1 to purchasing. You may choose any number of views, but only required thing is, you see here, Now the valuation type has come. What's your plant storage location? And now if you look at it, you see here external procurement, internal procurement. These are the ones that you have activated. I go with external procurement. You see here, it directly goes to accounting view, valuation class, because what is the concept of split valuation? As we discussed, substock split valuation allows substocks of the same material to be valuated differently. Means what? The value of the substock should be different. It means what? It should hit a different account, it will have a different price, all those things. So therefore, I would say price of 9 rupees. You see, the initial price that I've given is 10 rupees, but maybe I can give 11 rupees here. Okay, hit enter and save it. Right? Once again, same material, I can give it, go with enter, basic data 1, 2, purchasing, accounting, something like this. You go here, valuation type, here I can give in-house or internal procurement. So for this, you see here, valuation class, I can give a different valuation class, 7, and the price could be 9 rupees. That means what? If I purchase it from outside, it is 11 rupees. If I purchase it from inside, if I produce it inside, it is 9 rupees. Okay, save it. Now, having done this, look at here. If I create a PO for this material, see what happens. ME21N. Okay, if I create a PO for this material, look at here, plant of 77C, hit enter. Purchasing group of NIS, quantity, let me give it as 100. Okay, I did not remember the vendor number, so I'll give the vendor number. I'll pick up the vendor from the search help. Okay, so vendors by company code. My company code is 77. Okay, so my vendor is so and so. Okay, so PB00 at price, say 10 rupees. Okay, look at here. Okay, so now if I go with check, okay, I'm going with check. It has not shown me any issues. I go with save. Okay, slash show me. Let it get saved first. Any questions so far? Sundarao garu, Pavitra, Radhika. Hello?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Can you just give me a moment? Okay, so let's see PO is available. Why is it taking so much time? Come on. That means the system is very slow. Okay, so this is my PO. Look at here, I'm trying to do goods receipt. I'll do goods receipt for my PO. So this is my PO, hit enter. Okay, maybe I can reduce the quantity by 80 where into a certain storage location and evaluate the shipping instructions. Check it. It's taking too much time. Let me just give him a call to the systems guy. Yeah, it won't take this much time. Good morning అండి. ఇది మన HP5 సిస్టమ్ చాలా స్లో ఉందండి. ఒకసారి ఏమన్నా ప్రాసెస్లో ఏమన్నా ఎక్కువ వచ్చినాయని చూస్తారా? అవునండి. నేను ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఒక ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ నాకు చాలా ఎక్కువ టైం పడుతుంది. అవునండి, అంటే లాగిన్ అయ్యి ఒక 15-20 మినిట్స్ అవుతుంది. ఒకసారి చెక్ చేయండి అవకాశం ఉంటే. అది ఒకసారి కనుక్కోండి మరి. అయితే అంటే నేను లాగిన్ పిఓ క్రియేట్ చేసాను, గూడ్స్ రిసిప్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను, చాలా ఎక్కువ టైం పడుతుంది. ఓకే అండి, థ్యాంక్ యూ. Okay, as you can see here, I did not give the external procurement type. System has taken it automatically because of the purchase order. Okay, so now look at here. I go and post it. Do I expect to see any error over here? So this is again a configuration. Okay, so the OBYC that you have done yesterday. Okay, so in case if it's a split validated material and if you want to post this material into a different account, you can do so. Any questions? Okay, now you see it got posted. So now I want you to show the stock. How do we display the stock? The very concept of split valuation, what did we discuss? Valuating substocks of the same material differently in different accounts if required, or also valuating substocks of the same material differently. Now you see here slash show MMB goods or stock overview. Is this the material? Yeah. I'll just go and display it. Have a look at that. You see here, this is external procurement stock of 80. Now, MB1C, in-house production. I wanted to use 501. Plant is, what's your plant? 77C. 000. One storage location, let it be. Okay, this is my material. I wanted to put in as some 40 quantity. Hit enter. Now you see it's asking, what is it asking? You take which valuation type you would like to assign for this quantity of 40. Okay, I go with in-house procurement. When I go with in-house procurement, you see here account determination INT, ZBB, NISN, ZOB 3007, not possible. So what should I do? Double click it, proceed, go with proceed, you cancel this one, okay, and then go with account assignment, okay. So here you should go with GBB, then INT, is this INT, GBB, NISN, ZOB 3007. So what I go is, I have NISN, I think 3006 I would have used, sorry, ZOB, valuation class 3006 I would have used. So I simply go and copy this and change the valuation class to 3007. Or else if a different account is given by your colleague, FI colleague, you use that. Okay, back, close, check it. Now you see in the name of, in the field of batch, this INT proc has been taken. You go and save it. Okay, even for stock account also that wasn't there. So therefore you go and maintain the stock account as well. Okay, so your valuation class, I just change it to 3007 to save it. Okay, so now you close this, hit enter, therefore it gets saved. Okay, now the material document is posted. You go and refresh it. Now you could see within the storage location 0001, there is an external procurement stock, internal procurement stock. Okay, so this is what we call it as split valuation, handling substocks of the same material differently if they have to be valuated separately. That's the whole fund of split valuation. Is it clear? Guys on the other side, Radhika Garu,
Yes, sir.
is the concept clear, Andy? So therefore just remember it this way, all the split valuated materials irrespective of whatever inventory transaction that you are posting, valuation type is mandatory for split valuation or split valuated materials. Okay, so this is the point that you should keep in mind. Pavitra, any questions? తరగతిలో ఎవరు ఉన్నారండి? సుందరరావు గారు.
సార్
హలో,
చెప్పండి సార్.
అర్థమైందా కాన్సెప్ట్ స్ప్లిట్ వాల్యుయేషన్? ఏమన్నా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా మీకు?
లేదు సార్.
Okay, I'll just give you one more example, goods issue, so that you can understand it. The same thing, MB1A goods issue, movement type 201. I wanted to issue from 0001 storage location of the same material, let's say 7 pieces. If I just go hit enter, now system will ask me which valuation type you wanted to issue.
That's
Okay, so you could see here
really right.
this should not come this way. Just give me a moment. Or let me just go with MB1B transfer posting. Okay, I wanted to move from one storage location to another storage location. So what's the movement type? Storage location to storage location. Did you guys remember? Okay, 311, receiving storage location 002, material is this one, quantity of, for example, 4. Okay, so when you hit enter, enter the valuation type in the batch. Why it is, it doesn't require that. Okay, you can choose int proc or ext proc, so therefore it gets processed. So for anything, even for the goods receipt or goods issue, whatever you do, okay, so this is required. For all the split validated materials, when you are performing any goods receipt or goods issue, whatever, okay, you require the, okay, like this. You have to enter the procurement or what we call it as a valuation type, right? Now, having done this, you need to understand couple more what you call the important points. Just a second, please. Okay, now, okay, so let's come back to the slide. Like I told you, split validated material should have the price control as moving average V. Okay, once you are having that one, for the valuation type you can have either V or S. Okay, did you remember initially? Let me take you back to the mm/mm03. You see here, what's your material? This material. When I go with, okay, all these things not required, I simply go with this one. You see here, when I go with 77C, valuation type. 1 second, please. Hello? Yeah? No, I don't require, thank you. Okay, so now when you give this, see, with valuation when you are giving, let's say in-house or external procurement, so once you are in here, you can change. For the sub-stock, what I mean to say is, for the sub-stock, you can have price control VRS, but not for the main material. What I mean to say is, if you go with accounting, value, maintain this way, here it should be price control V only. Are you getting my point? It should be price control V only. Now you see here there is no valuation type. But if you require valuation type, okay, now you see here, if I go with int proc, now I can have yes here, price control. Or if it is external procurement, okay, I can go and change with valuation type, but not without valuation. If I don't use any valuation type, then that means what? It's just any other material. So the split validated material shall have price control V, but with the combination of valuation type, it can have price control V or S. That is possible. You could see here the stocks of material subjected to split valuation are managed separately for every valuation type. They are accumulated into a valuation header where the sum totals of separate stock quantities and stock values are managed. Let me show you here. Look at here. This is total stock available is 113. Now if I have to go with valuation type external procurement, I would see how much. Initially I procured 80, out of which 7 has been issued. So therefore it is 73, which is valuated with 10 rupees a piece. So therefore 730. Now look at here, organizational unit. I change this to int procurement. For this, the price control is 9 rupees. I have got total stock of 40. So 40 is still with me. So 40 multiplied by 9, which is 360. This is what, right? And if I don't give anything over here, then it's going to be the cumulative average of both 9 rupees and 10 rupees with whatever quantity. So it is together 113 at the rate of 9 rupees 65 paise. So therefore this is the value. Are you getting my point? So this is what it is. They are accumulated into a valuation header where the sum totals of the separate stock quantities and stock values are managed. Stock values for materials with split valuation are managed at the valuation area. This is also one more interview point. Stock values for materials with split valuation are managed at valuation area level. It's necessary that this material use moving average price control so that the material price can reflect the average price of all sub stocks. Okay. This is the point that I have referred. Split validated material will have moving average price. Okay, and both the sub stocks, the cumulative sum of the sub stocks will be summed at header level, and it will be the average of total sub stocks. Okay, a valuation record with specific valuation data is created for each valuation type. A material can use different price controls for each valuation type. This is what I was referring to a few minutes ago. Your main material will have price control V, but whereas a material with valuation type can have either price control V or a price control S. Okay, and one more thing. Normally materials are valuated at valuation area level, that is plant level, but split valuated material is valuated at valuation type level. That's the reason when you go with the organization level and give internal procurement, you see 9 rupees here and 360 here. Or if you look at the external procurement, okay, you see here 10 rupees for 73 quantities, 730. Are you getting my point? So the valuation for a split valuated material takes place at valuation type level, whereas for the normal material, okay, whereas for the normal material with no valuation type assigned, it is at plant level. Valuation is at plant level. Okay, so these are very, very intricate points which you should remember for the interview purpose. Okay, so that's all about split valuation. Okay, configure split valuation we have already seen. Like I told you, specify global categories, specify global types, and define global categories and types, and then link them together and then extend them to the local levels. Okay, any questions?
Hello, sir.
yes Pavitra, చెప్పండి.
Can we create a split valuation for normal material already existing one?
ఎందుకు చేయకూడదండి?
I mean, modify చేయొచ్చా sir?
Why not? You see here, మీ rear wheel back wheel ఏదో ఉంది కదా, I'll go with that. You see here, I'll go into, no, I should go with change mode, right? Change immediately. If the only prerequisite for this is you have to have the moving average price. Okay, this is yes. దీనికి తీసుకోకూడదు బేసికల్గా. Even though you have these things, దీనికి బేసికల్గా తీసుకోకూడదు. So what I do is I'll just go back, front wheel tire తీసుకుందాం. Okay, hit enter, accounting. Okay, 77C. Now you see here, you choose anyone, B or E or H, whatever. Now this becomes split valuated material. Once you are done with it, this is one time activity, and once you are done with it, now you go with create immediately, front wheel tire, hit enter. Okay, go with, it is accounting. Oops, I'm sorry, it is GMRO material, right? GMRO, no. What material is that? I'm sorry, just give me a moment. Front wheel tire, basic data 1, 2. It is raw material, it's not GMRO. Okay, so go with create, it is raw material. Maybe this one. One sec. Okay, now
Only ROH sir.
simple ROH.
Yeah.
The ROH ఇక్కడ దీంట్లో.
Yeah, పైన ఉంది sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now you go with accounting view. Okay. So here you give 77C and valuation type. Okay. It doesn't allow split valuation for this because there are already open POs. A open order quantity ni clear చేయాలండి. దాన్ని clear చేస్తే then it allows. ఎందుకంటే because you have
Okay.
an open order quantity, at the time of receipt you have to specify valuation type. Like I said, for all the inventory transactions of a split valuated material, you have to give the valuation type. So అందుచేత allow చేయట్లేదు ఇప్పుడు ఇది. You make the open order quantity 0, then it allows.
Okay. So whatever we want to make a change in material, first we have to clear the open orders.
Correct. Okay, లేకపోతే what you should do is mass maintenance change అవుదనుకుంటా అది కూడా. Mass maintenance I don't think it allows you. There also it gives an error. So first open order quantity ని clear చేయాలండి.
Okay.
Any other questions?
నార్మల్లీ ఇన్ దిస్ కేసెస్ మేమేం చేస్తామంటే ఇంపోర్టెడ్ వాటిలో వీటికి సపరేట్ వేరే ఐటమ్ కూడా ఇచ్చేసుకుంటాం. లోకల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ కింద
వేరే ఐటమ్ కోడ్ ఇచ్చుకుంటే మీకు వేరే మెటీరియల్ అయిపోతుంది కదండి.
వాల్యూ కూడా డిఫరెంట్ ఉంటుంది కదండి సార్. ఇంపోర్టెడ్ వాల్యూ లోకల్ వాల్యూ
ఉండాలి. సో వాట్ ఉంటే మీకు నష్టం ఏమొచ్చింది? లుక్ ఎట్ మై స్టాక్ ఓవర్ వ్యూ. ఇక్కడ చూస్తే మీకు తెలిసిపోతుంది కదా. స్టాక్ వాటర్లోకి వెళ్తే మీరు ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళారనుకోండి, ఇక్కడ నేను ఇందాక మూవ్ చేశాను వేరే స్టోరేజ్ లొకేషన్ మీకు. సో ఇక్కడ మీకు కనిపిస్తుంది ఇంపోర్టెడ్. నేను ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ అని పెట్టా, మీరు ఇంపోర్టెడ్ అని పెట్టుకోండి. ఎవరు కదగదు మిమ్మల్ని.
ఓకే సార్, ఇక్కడ దానికి మళ్ళీ ట్యాక్సెస్ అన్ని సెపరేట్ గా వచ్చేస్తాయి కదా లోకల్
డిపెండ్స్ అండి. డిపెండ్స్ ఏంటంటే అది ఏ బిజినెస్ వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళ ప్రొసీజర్ ఏంటి, హౌ దే హావ్ బీన్ ఫాలోయింగ్. బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ you have to define or design the system. ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పే దాని ప్రకారం ఏంటి, if you are getting same material from 3 different places, you will give 3 different material numbers. That will unnecessarily increase the maintenance for me. Instead of doing that, I am providing you a better facility. If you want to use it, you can use it. If you don't want to use it also, as a consultant, I'll have to follow what my customers say.
జనరల్గా ఏంటంటే మరి వాటి పెర్ఫార్మెన్స్ రేట్ కూడా తేడా ఉంటుంది. తర్వాత లోకల్ ఇది కూడా క్వాలిటీ ఫ్యాక్టర్లో కూడా కాంప్రమైజింగ్ ఉంటుంది లోకల్ వాటికి.
సార్ ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి సార్, చెప్పండి. నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నానండి. షల్ ఐ గివ్ యూ కాల్ బ్యాక్ ఇన్ హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్? థ్యాంక్ యూ. సారీ సుందరరావు గారు, చెప్పండి. గో హెడ్.
ఇంకోటి ఏంటి, దీనికి కన్సంప్షన్ పాయింట్లో పోతే మంత్లీ కానీ యావరేజ్ దీంట్లో కానీ యూనిట్ రేట్ తేడా వచ్చేస్తున్నాం. అందువల్ల సపరేట్ కోడ్ పెట్టేస్తున్నాం.
That's what I'm saying, అండి. You need not have to have a separate material, but if you want to have it, then this functionality is not at all required. మీకు ఇది ఎప్పుడు కావాలి అంటే ఒకే మెటీరియల్ నుండి ఆ మెటీరియల్ డిఫరెంట్ సోర్సెస్ నుంచి తెప్పించుకుని వాటి పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ లో, వాటి క్వాలిటీలో, వాటి ప్రైస్ లో డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటే అప్పుడు ఈ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ వాడుకుంటామండి. లేకపోతే అక్కర్లేదు. మీరు ఒక్కొక్క ప్లేస్ నుంచి తెచ్చుకున్న మెటీరియల్కి ఒక్కొక్క నంబర్ ఇస్తాను, దో ఇట్స్ ద సేమ్ మెటీరియల్, then this functionality is not at all required.
సపోజ్ లోకల్ గా డిఫరెంట్ సప్లైర్స్ దగ్గర నుంచి వచ్చినా కూడా ఒకటే ఐటమ్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తాం, ఒకటే మెటీరియల్ మెయింటైన్ ఇస్తాం.
అప్పుడు మీకు కావాలి లోకల్ గా డిఫరెంట్ సప్లైర్స్ నుంచి అంటే అప్పుడు యూ విల్ బి గివింగ్ గ్రేడ్స్. ఒక సప్లైర్ నుంచి వచ్చిన ఒక గ్రేడ్, ఇంకో సప్లైర్ దగ్గర నుంచి వచ్చిన ఇంకో గ్రేడ్ ఇస్తారు.
బట్ ది ఇంపార్టెంట్ అనేసరికి దాంట్లో కొన్ని చాలా ఇబ్బందులు ఉంటాయి. అందువల్ల సపరేట్ కోడ్ ఇచ్చేస్తాం.
అదేనండి, ఇప్పుడు మీరు బిజినెస్ లో మీరు ఎట్లా వాడుతున్నారు, ఏ టెర్మినాలజీ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు, దాన్ని బట్టి ఇక్కడ మీరు వాల్యుయేషన్ టైప్స్ డిఫైన్ చేయాలి. సో దట్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ఈజీ ఫర్ ది ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ యూజర్స్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్.
ఓకే సార్.
Radhika, any questions from you? Hello?
No, sir. I mean, in split valuation law, what type of questions we get as a consultant? And I'm sorry, requests.
దీంట్లో క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏమి రావండి స్ప్లిట్ వాల్యుయేషన్ లో. ఇంటర్వ్యూ పర్పస్ లో అయితే which material is considered for split valuation? A material with price control V. At what level the valuation takes place for the split valuated material? Valuation type level.
And what level?
And for the normal material, it is at valuation level. What valuation price controls are possible for a split valuated material? Both V and S. Okay, and what is the procedure for setting up split valuation? Like I said, you have to activate the split valuation, then define the categories, define the types, link categories and types, then extend the categories to the local level and activate them. Then the last point is assign the category and type to the materials and then start using them in the inventory activities. And this is the process. Okay, so మీకు స్ప్లిట్ వాల్యుయేషన్ లో యాజ్ సచ్ మీకు ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అయితే ఏమి రావు. అంటే డే టు డే ఆపరేషన్స్ లో ఇటువంటి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఏమొస్తాయంటే ఈ మెటీరియల్ కి అది ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఫైండింగ్ అకౌంట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, సో కెన్ యూ ప్లీజ్ మెయింటైన్ ద అకౌంట్ అని వస్తుంది. మాక్సిమం వస్తే అదే ఇష్యూ వస్తుంది. ఆ అకౌంట్ మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే దెన్ యూ టాక్ టు యువర్ FICO consultant and then you ask him, can you please get me the account for so and so material having valuation class and whatever company code, ఏ కంపెనీ కోడ్ లో చేస్తున్నారు, ఏ ప్లాంట్ లో చేస్తున్నారు, based on which he will ask the FI process owner, ఫినాన్షియల్ ప్రాసెస్ ఓనర్ అడిగి తన అకౌంట్ ఇస్తాడు. ఆ అకౌంట్ తీసుకొచ్చి మీరు MMFI ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ OBYC ఉంది కదండి, దే యూ మెయింటైన్ ఇట్. And that's the kind of issues that you can expect from the split valuation in the support projects.
Sir, this valuation category we have created new one, right? And also valuation classes also.
Correct.
This will be given by the plant people, right?
And
All the information this has.
plant వాళ్ళే ప్లాంట్ పీపుల్ నేను ప్రాసెస్ ఓనర్ అంటున్నానండి. అదే పర్సన్ ప్లాంట్ పీపుల్ అంటే మీరు బికాస్ యూ హీన్ వర్కింగ్ విత్ ది అన్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ మీరు అక్కడ ప్లాంట్ పీపుల్ అని పిలుస్తున్నారు. బట్ ఎస్ఐపి టెర్మినాలజీలో వాట్ వి కాల్ దెమ్ యాజ్ ప్రాసెస్ ఓనర్స్.
ప్రాసెస్ ఓనర్స్, ఓకే.
సో వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు ప్లాంట్ లో ఏమేమి ప్రాసెస్ జరుగుతున్నాయో అవన్నీ దట్ ఓనర్ నోస్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. సో దెర్ఫోర్ హీ హాస్ టు గివ్ మీ.
యా, ఫైన్ సార్.
Any other questions? Well, if you have no questions, then
let's continue.
Okay, so let me just go with the other topic, which is special procurement. Okay, I'll just give you an introduction to special procurement and see if we could cover at least one topic. Special procurement, as the name indicates, okay, it's just the cycle is same, but there is a couple of 1 or 2 or 3 activities will be added to the procurement cycle, that is P2P cycle, what we call it as procurement to pay cycle. So in the standard system, in the standard procurement, what you do, you buy a material from an external vendor and then the vendor delivers the material to you. Upon delivery, you do goods receipt and then the invoice will be followed by that. Once the invoice is received, you post an invoice receipt and then the payment takes place. Whereas in case of special procurement, okay, the goods need not be delivered from the vendor directly. The goods may or would have been delivered to the customer, or the goods would have been delivered to somebody to whom you asked to receive. Okay, so like that there are different scenarios. Okay, we will try to understand what are the different scenarios available in the special procurement. There are 5 scenarios, although 4 is specified here. There are 5 scenarios. One is subcontracting. As you know, you give your components to somebody else who will give or who will do some value addition on your components, and then he will return those components as a finished product so that you can use them. That is called subcontracting. It means what? You are not doing everything alone on yourself, but rather you are asking somebody to do the work on behalf of you, and you are liable to pay only for the services that the subcontractor is doing. That kind of functionality is called subcontracting. And then there is something called consignment. Consignment process is like, normally you want a material, it needs to be available in your stores. It means you have to purchase the material so that you can use it as and when you require it. That's the standard process. In case of consignment, you need not have to maintain the stocks in your own stores. It means you need not have to buy it. In case there is, if there is too heavy competition between the suppliers, so what you can do is you can ask him, you keep the material readily available for me at my place. As and when I require, I consume your material, so that whatever the material consumption that I do, I will pay you at regular intervals of time. That is best, so that you need not have to maintain your stocks in your storage location, so that you are safe, that your material will not get damaged. You need not have to buy the material, you need not have to pay the material upfront. As and when you require, you take the material from the consignment stock, you use it, and then you pay at regular intervals of times negotiated. Such concept is called consignment. Then there is something called stock transport order, which means moving of stock from your stores to another stores. You have seen that is transport posting 1 step, 2 step between storage locations, between plants. Okay, stock transport order is of two types: moving material from one plant to another plant using purchase order, or moving stock from one company code to another company code using purchase order. These are two variants. Within the company code transfer, there are three more variants. We will discuss it as and when this comes. Okay, so therefore, here it's like, you are buying from one plant, and therefore there is a possibility of price or payment involved between these company codes. Then there is something called third party trade deals or third party order processing. It means what? There will be three people involved: the purchasing company, the buyer from which you procure the material, and the customer who actually required or the requested the material. So what happens is, customer approaches the purchasing company raises the purchase order on behalf of customer to the supplier delivers the material directly to the customer, and supplier informs the company that he has delivered the material. Therefore, supplier bills or invoices the purchasing company, and the customer confirms to the purchasing company that he has received the material from so and so supplier. Therefore, the purchasing company, in this case it is selling company, from the selling or the customer perspective, gives the bill to the customer. So therefore, there are three people involved, and this is what we call it as third party sales order processing. Apart from this, there is also one more thing called pipeline procurement. There are certain materials, okay, which are assumed to be flowing via pipe, are called pipeline materials. Pipeline materials need not have to procure, need not have to do inventory management. It's just a concept. For example, power, electricity, which everybody uses. For example, if you consume 300 kilowatts of power every month, do you raise a purchase order for the power? No, you don't, isn't it? So therefore, purchasing is not required for the pipeline material. Why pipeline? The power is flowing through, the electricity is flowing through wire, so wire is, because it is flowing through wire, a wire is considered as a kind of pipe, so therefore it's a pipeline material. Similarly, do you keep the power in stores? For example, you wanted 300 kilowatt hour power per month, you keep 500 kilowatt hour in stores, and as and when you require, you tap it. Do you do that? No, that's not the way.
No.
That's not the way. So therefore, it doesn't require inventory management. It doesn't require to be managed in stocks. It doesn't require to be procured. So therefore, no procurement, no inventory management for the pipeline order processing. Therefore, that's the reason we did not specify it here. Okay. So these are various special procurement processes. All the special procurement processes are controlled via something called item category in the purchase order. Okay. So let's work with the consignment order processing for today. Okay. Now, what is consignment material? As I told you, it's a material made available by the vendor at your own premises. Right? మన తెలుగులో చెప్పుకోవాలంటే కిరాణా కొట్టు వాళ్ళకి ఆ కంపెనీస్ వాళ్ళు ఫ్రీగా కొంత స్టాక్ ఎత్తుకొచ్చి పెడతారు. వీళ్ళు ఏదైతే అమ్ముతారో ఆ స్టాక్ మీదే వాళ్ళు అమౌంట్ పే చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. రైట్? ఇట్స్ ద సేమ్ కాన్సెప్ట్. Consignment is nothing but the same concept. The vendors will keep the material, their own material, at your premises for your ready usage. Okay? For your ready usage. Therefore, as and when you require, you extract the material from the consignment stores and you consume it for your day-to-day operations. And at regular intervals of time, you will be settling with the vendors about the material that you have consumed. Such process is called consignment process. Okay, and
Okay.
also
So that is the reason price will not be mentioned in the requisitions, sir. The consignment orders.
exactly, you're right, 100% correct.
Okay.
Okay, and also because you don't buy, you raise a purchase order. Why are you raising purchase order? You raise a purchase order for the simple reason that you want the vendor to keep the material at your premises.
The material.
Yeah, keep the material at your premises.
Okay.
Even though the material is available for your ready usage, even though the material is at your plant, you are not the owner. Why are you not becoming the owner? In your purchase requisition or in your purchase order, there will not be any price. Price simply becomes blank. So
Blank.
when you do goods receipt also, your stock will not get updated. When the stock is not getting updated, you will not be the owner. Who is the owner? Supplier is the owner.
Vendor.
His own stock
Yeah.
he is keeping at your premises just for your usage. Once you consume it or once you move out the stock from the consignment stores to your own stock, then the ownership changes. Okay, that's what we are going to deal with. Look at this. You will have same material which will be there in your own stock, and you will also have to provide the space to the supplier. Only then he can supply the material. Okay, so same material number will be there. You will have, say for example, some stock in your own stock and some stock to be maintained in the consignment, and this is the process. You see here, the process is you raise a requisition with item category K. Okay, so like I told you, the item category is the one which controls the special procurement, right? And then you order, you convert the requisition into purchase order. Okay, so you convert the requisition into purchase order, and then you dispatch the purchase order to the vendor. Then the vendor delivers the goods at your plant. Movement type 101, but there will be special procurement indicator K. Therefore, the stock account will not get updated, right? So you see here the consignment quantity stock is available, but the price becomes 0. Why? Because you are not the owner. Then once you do goods issue, that means what? You are moving the stock from your consignment stores to the production shop floor. At that point of time, when you issue the goods, liability will be created towards the vendor, and for those liabilities you have to periodically send the invoice, or the vendor will send you a periodic invoice saying that you have consumed in this month, in this week, or in this fortnight so much quantity, so please pay. Right? So this is how the consignment process works. Can you just give me a moment?
So the consignment process.
1 second. Sundara garu cheppandi. Lede. No, I think Radhika and Pavitra, they are hearing. They have no problems. I think problem is at your end. Please check it. Sorry, anything. And Sundara, I think he is out of the meeting and he is assuming there is no power. Right, Pavitra, go ahead. What's your question?
Yeah. So I mean, ఒకసారి చార్ట్ చూపియాలి, previous chart.
Sure. Come on. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in this chart you told in the purchase requisitions K and purchase order K. So means like while creating the purchase requisition, the requester has to remember that he has to enter the K for the consignment processing. So do we have any other option in the material master, so that for that material it will we can enter it, this will be called as a consignment?
You mean to say, is there any option so that without remembering item category K, the system directly takes the consignment? Wouldn't that?
Yeah, whenever we enter the material master number, so it is understood that it is for consignment.
Yeah, I got your point, and there is an option, but for that you have to wait until we complete the MRP. I'll just give you, show you the link. Just give me a moment. What is my password? Okay. So MM02, I go with this. The material front wheel tire. Let's have a look at it. MRP 1234. Your plant 77C 0001 storage location. Okay, so here under MRP2 view, MRP2 view, is it MRP2 view or one view? Give me a moment. In MRP views, there is a field where I thought it is one or two views. Come on, where is this? Yeah. Basic enter purchasing with MRP group. No. Planning cycle. No. Fixed ordering cost, assemble binding profile, unit of measure. No, not this one. Mazaki safety. Come on, where is it? Special procurement. This is the one. You see here, in the procurement MRP2 view, there is something called special procurement. So here, there are no values maintained, but I can maintain the values. ఇక్కడ K అని లేకపోతే ఇంకోటి అని మెయింటైన్ చేయమండి. యూ విల్ బి మెయింటైనింగ్ 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 నంబర్స్ ఇస్తామన్నమాట. సో దట్ నంబర్ is linked with item category. Let's say 10 linked with item category K. So therefore here 10 appears. So when you try to procure this material front wheel tire, if it is 10 here, that will be converted into item category K in your requisitions. I'll show you this in MRP. Default is possible.
Okay.
We have done it for Novartis Pharma.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, Andy? Okay. So let me quickly do this. There is no configurations except the consignment info record creation. The process is, here you see, creation of a material and vendor. Second one, you have to have the material and vendor in place. Okay. And then you have to create the info record category. So far you would have seen only the normal info records, but now if you look at it, let me just go and show you. You see here there is something called info record category. For all the 4 special procurement you will have this subcontracting, pipeline, consignment, and of course for the stock transport order you use the same, the normal one, info record, because the one company is selling, other company is buying. And even for the third party also, you will be using only the normal info record category. Only for subcontracting and consignment, we will have different things. So therefore, what am I going to do is, let me just go and create one material, a new material. Okay, industry sector U, maintenance, repairs and operations. This is your material type. Okay, I would just quickly create a material. Purchasing, general plant 1, 2, accounting. Okay, 777C 0001. What is this? Consignment material. Okay. Unit of measure as each. You choose all these things. Okay. Valuation class 0607, whatever is fine. Okay, let's say 15 rupees is the price. So just go and save it. Now you see 4 zeros 417 is my material. So the first thing, as you see here, create material, create vendor. I've got vendors, so I need not have to create vendors. Then the next thing is maintain the info record. Okay, so I've got this material. Let me copy the material number. Control C. Now I'm going to create info records. So vendor, this is the material. Vendor, I'm going to choose 3 vendors. Company code 777. Okay, so Radhika is one of my vendor. My purchase organization is 777C. Client also you can give 77C. Here, this is the option. We have to choose consignment info record category. So you go and pick this up, right? Quantity you specify. Price also you may specify. Let's say 14. This guy. Radhika is providing the material at the rate of 14. Okay. You see it. Similarly, let's go and pick up other vendor. 777C. Oops. Okay, Sundar Rao. So let me take Sundar Rao as the other vendor. Same consignment material. Okay, quantity of 100. Price is, for example, 16. Okay, now you see I've got a material, I've got a vendor, and then I have also created the info record. The next thing is create a purchase requisition and purchase order for the consignment material. So what I do is, you see here, this is the material /o MMBE. I go with this. If you look at it, there is no stock available right now. So what am I going to do? I'll just /o ME21 and I can directly create a PO instead of creating PR and then converting into PO. I can directly create a PO for, let's say, Radhika. What's our company code? 777. Okay. Item overview. Plant is 777C. Quantity is say 300. Hit enter. Purchase organization 77C. Okay. NIS. Right. Now you see it's asking price and etc. etc. But for special procurement, as I told you, you have to enter item category. When you go with item category, you see here standard, limit, consignment, subcontracting, third party service, etc. etc. All the shopping, all the purchasing which we have done is through standard purchasing item category. We have seen limit also in case of purchasing submodule. Now I go with consignment. When I go with consignment and say hit enter, now you see the price becomes blank. I need not have to enter any price information over there. I'll just go and check. Okay, you could see here. Now you see here delivery, everything will be there. I'll just go and save it. Let me just go and do goods receipt for this. Go.
So for this consignment, we have to maintain info record. That is a mandatory thing, right?
It is. లేకపోతే ఇప్పుడు మీరు వెండర్ కి ఎంత పే చేయాలో ఎలా తెలుస్తున్నాయి? సిస్టమ్ కి తెలియాలి కదా.
For normal purchase order, if you don't create a info record also, we can go and create the purchase order. But for consignment, we have to, there should be a info record, right?
Info record ఉండాలని రూల్ ఏం లేదండి at the time of purchase order, but for the payment you have to have the info record.
Okay.
See, మీరు info record లో ప్రైస్ ఇచ్చారు కదా, సుందరరావు గారికి 16, రాధికాకి 14 ఇచ్చారు కదా, మరి ఆ ప్రైసెస్ రాలేదు ఏమి? ఎందుకంటే PO టైంలో కన్సైన్మెంట్ మెటీరియల్ కి ఇన్ఫో రికార్డ్ అక్కర్లేదు. ఇన్ఫో రికార్డ్ ఎందుకు కావాలి అంటే వెండర్ పేమెంట్ చేయాలి కదా మీరు వాడుకున్న తర్వాత, అప్పుడు ఇన్ఫో రికార్డ్ ప్రైస్ తీసుకుంటుంది. So therefore, for the payment, consignment info record is used, not for the creation of a purchase order. You have to understand this point. నార్మల్ సినారియోస్ లో ఏంటి, మీరు ఇన్ఫో రికార్డ్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే ఇన్ఫో రికార్డ్ లో ప్రైస్ PO లోకి వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ మరి ఇన్ఫో రికార్డ్ నేను క్రియేట్ చేశాను కదా సుందరరావు గారికి రాధికాకి, ప్రైస్ ఏం రాలేదు మరి, బికాస్ you don't require it. The very basic funda of the concept of consignment PO is price is blank, as Radhika said a few minutes ago. Price ఏమి ఉండదండి. So when do you require price? You require price at the time of payment. మీరు ఎప్పుడు ఈ గూడ్స్ రిసీవ్ చేసుకున్న వెంటనే పేమెంట్ చేస్తున్నారా? చేయట్లేదు కదా, because you are not the owner and you do not have to do it. When will you pay? When you consume the material. So till such point of time, no payment is required. Once it is consumed, when you are going for payment, there is something called consignment liability settlement, which we will run it. Okay, at that point of time, yes, you have to have info record. Okay, I missed one thing. Let me just go back to the PO. I'll just go with change. Okay, ఇప్పుడు గూడ్స్ రిసీవ్ చేసినప్పుడు నాకేం ఇష్యూ రాదండి. Is this the material? Okay, do you see invoice tab here? Do you see invoice tab here? Invoice
No,
ఉందా
sir.
ఇక్కడ? లేదు ఇన్వాయిస్.
లేదు సార్.
ఎందుకు లేదండి? Why was it?
ఎందుకంటే సేమ్ స్టోర్స్ లోనే ఉంటాయి కదా అవన్నీ, అందుకని.
ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఇన్వాయిస్ వాడు ఇవ్వడు కదా. మీరు ఇక్కడ 300 క్వాంటిటీ రేజ్ చేశారు PO, 300 మీరు వాడితేనే కదా వాడికి ఇవ్వాలి. 300 వాడతారని గ్యారెంటీ ఏం లేదు. సో therefore you don't require it. Okay, what did I miss?
మరి in this then there will be a no three-way match while payment చేసేటప్పుడు.
టీవీ మ్యాచ్ ఎందుకు ఉండాలి చెప్పండి? మీరు గూడ్స్ రిసీట్ ఎంత క్వాంటిటీ చేసుకున్నారో అంత క్వాంటిటీ మీరు వాడుకుంటారన్న గ్యారంటీ లేనప్పుడు వై యూ రిక్వైర్ 3-way మ్యాచ్? యు గెటింగ్ మై పాయింట్? ఇప్పుడు మీరు అంతా వాడుకోవట్లేదు కదండి. ఇప్పుడు 300 నేను 300 కి క్వాంటిటీ రేస్ చేశాను. ఐ మీన్ వాట్ యు కాల్ ది ఆర్డర్డ్ PO, but what is the guarantee that I am using 300? I may not use it. Okay, one more thing here.
But still, sir, why we should raise a purchase order for more quantity? I mean, whatever the material is there, it is in the site only, right? Whenever we require for that certain amount, we can raise the purchase order, right?
Pavitra, but how the material will come to your site unless you raise a PO? Why PO is required? To inform the vendor that I need material at my plant, please make it available. అని మీరు రిక్వెస్ట్ పెడుతున్నారు PO యూజ్ చేసి. అసలు మెటీరియల్ లేనప్పుడు ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? PO పెట్టాలి కదా. You getting my point? You need not have to do it every day. It's probably once in 1 month, once in 2 months, 6 months, depending upon how much quantity he can afford to keep at your place readily. మీరు ఎప్పుడో వన్స్ ఇన్ బ్లూ మూన్ టైం మీ మెటీరియల్ యూజ్ చేస్తాము, స్టాక్ ఎత్తుకొచ్చి మా దగ్గర పెట్టినట్టు పెట్టరు కదా. దిస్ ఈజ్ యూజ్ వెన్ యూ రెగ్యులర్లీ కన్స్యూమ్ ద మెటీరియల్.
Yes, sir.
ఇక అందుకే కిరాణా కొట్టు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పాను. కిరాణా కొట్లు ఏంటి, ప్రతిరోజు ఎవరో ఒకరు వస్తూ ఉంటారు, కొనుక్కుంటూ పోతా ఉంటారు. సో వీక్లీ వన్స్ లేకపోతే బై వీక్లీనో వాడు వస్తూ ఉంటాడు కంపెనీ నుంచి. వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇదిగో ఇంత కన్స్యూమ్ అయిన దానికి ఇదిగో నీకు ఎంత అమౌంట్ అని ఇస్తాడు షాప్ అతను. అట్లా కాకుండా ఎప్పుడో వన్స్ ఇన్ బ్లూ మూన్ టైం మీరు ఆ మెటీరియల్ యూసేజ్ చేశారు అనుకోండి, దేర్ ఇస్ నో పాయింట్ ఇన్ కీపింగ్ హిస్ మెటీరియల్ అట్ యువర్ ప్రెమిసెస్. అన్నెసెసరీలీ దానికి డెడ్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ అవుతుంది. Isn't it? So therefore, to bring the material at your site, you require a PO. ఎంత క్వాంటిటీ కావాలనేది మీ కన్సంప్షన్, డైలీ కన్సంప్షన్ బట్టి దాంట్లో స్పెసిఫై చేస్తారు. There is no fixed rule for that. Okay, And one more thing, like I said, to create, to settle the liabilities of the consignment material, tax code is mandatory, which I have not maintained in the beginning, so I just came to this place. I give input tax G1. Okay, something like this. ఏదో ఒక కోడ్ ఉండాలి ఇక్కడ, ఏ కోడ్ ఉన్నా పర్లేదు. This is for Radhika, and then I have to go for other person also. This is for Sundarba. Okay, now you go to tax code, you give some tax code here as well. Okay, and then you save it. Okay, now you see here we have done material, we have created vendor, we have created consignment records, and I have created purchase order also. Now if I go and look at my stock overview, refresh, okay, you may see open order quantity, consignment ordered, but is the material available in your stores? Not yet. Now you see I am doing goods receipt for this material. Where is my PO? Or did I come out of the PO? Come on. Not a problem. This is the material. I wanted to find out the PO for this material. Okay, so here is my PO. Item okay. I go with quantity of 300. Look at here. I'm going into where? You see there is something slightly different. What is different here? You see here, along with movement type, there is special procurement indicator K. And also you have to specify the storage location. Let me give 0001 storage location. Okay, I go with check. And I post it. Okay, now having done goods receipt, now you see here, I go with refresh of my stock overview. See, raw material 0001 storage location. What is my own stock? Unrestricted stock. Do I have any unrestricted stock? Pavitra and Radhika, can you see?
No, sir.
No stock. Why?
Yeah,
no?
yes, sir. No stock.
Why no stock?
It is at a vendor, we
Exactly.
have assigned as a vendor.
That's not my stock. Although I have received stock at my premises, it's not my stock. It is vendor stock. Therefore, there is a separate line, vendor consignment, isn't it? Now, for example, if I have to issue this material, can I issue? Look at here, /n MB1A. MB1A. Movement type 201. From which plant? 0001. Can I issue the material to cost center so and so? Material is 417. Quantity of say 10. If I have to issue, can I issue? What is that?
You can transfer. You can transfer it.
You can transfer it. Okay. Now you see here it says deficit of storage location stock. Okay. Now look at here. I am going into header. Header is not working. Right. Let me just go back. Ikkade chudandi. Movement. I can even give special stock indicator here also, but I wanted to show you here like this. I wanted to issue the material for consumption to cost center from my own stock or from the consignment stores.
Consignment stores.
If I give consignment stores, movement type is same 201, but special stock indicator is K. right? So what cost center from to this cost center? Who is the vendor? From which vendor did I purchase the material? Radhika, I think. Okay. So let's go and give the vendor. Which vendor stock am I using? I have to specify that vendor. Okay. If I give, for example, Sundaral, will it accept? Let's see. Accept just Landy.
లేదండి.
Why? It says there is no stock. So therefore, give Radhika as the vendor. Oops, material is correct. Where is vendor?
మార్చాలి. ఆ వెండర్
కింద
156
సార్
మార్చాలి.
లాస్ట్ నుంచి సెకండ్.
Yeah.
Yes. అది మార్చాలి మీరు.
Good. Right. So I give the vendor information here. All right. Now I go and save it. If everything works, if your automatic account information settings are correct, then you won't have any issue. Or if there is anything missing, you will still see that message INT GBB XXX YYYZZZ account information not possible. If everything looks good, then it is fine. Now you see here, look at your stock overview. Now if I go and refresh it, quantity will be reduced from this 10, 300. Okay, now, so there is, it means what? You have consumed some quantity. That means what? There was a liability created towards the vendor. How do you know liability? There is a separate transaction called MRKO. Okay, let me show you that one. That's the last step for the settlement. Inventory, is it inventory? Purchasing. Subsequent adjustments. No. One sec. Settings. Display technical names. Material management. Inventory management. Periodic processing. Come on. I'm sorry guys, I did not remember consignment. Here is చెప్పండి.
వన్ థింగ్ సార్, ఇందాక మీరు కన్సైన్మెంట్ నుంచి డైరెక్ట్ గా స్టోర్స్ లొకేషన్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయకుండా యూజర్ కి ఇచ్చేసారా?
అవునండి, యూజర్ కి ఇచ్చేసాను. ఇప్పుడు రెండవది మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను, చూడండి, ఇంకా అవ్వలేదు. ఓకే, సో ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ షోయింగ్ యూ ద లయబిలిటీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కోడ్ MRKO. ఓకే, just go with the display, do not go with settle, right? A vendor ki, a company code, if you want to give, you can give it that way, or else you can simply give the material also. Ivanni naaku akkarledu, I give only material. You want to do that way, you can do it so. Okay, execute. Okay, right, so with reference to this material document, you have taken with 10 quantity at the rate of 140. ఈ 140 ఎందుకు వచ్చిందండి? రిమెంబర్, ఎక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకుంది ప్రైస్? 10 multiplied by 14 info record. What is the status? Not yet settled. Are you getting my point? Okay, now let me just recreate a new PO. Enter goods issue, consignment pipeline settlements, change info record. Right, you see here, I'll go with ME21N. I go and create a PO, or I need not have to create a PO. I can go with MB1C, other goods receipts. Can you just give me a moment? Hello? Shilpa, I'm in a meeting. Can you please give me a call after half an hour? I'm sorry? Oh, it's at 4 p.m. Can you just give me a moment? I'll have to check my calendar. Wednesday. Sorry, Thursday. I've got a bi-weekly call at around 5:30. Okay, that's fine. All right. Thank you. Can you please drop me an email? All right. Thank you very much. Sorry. Okay, so you see here I can go with movement at 501, special procurement indicator K. Okay, from which vendor? This time I wanted to procure material from Sundar Rao. Okay, so I just go take the vendor here. Material is this one, quantity of 200. Okay, I go and save it. If you look at your stock overview, vendor consignment, you see here, did I give any vendor over there? I did not, right? Now you could see here, it is 490. How is 490? 290 from one vendor, another 200 from a different vendor. Okay, so now let me do the other one, what Sundar Rao sir is saying, MB1B. I wanted to transfer some material from, okay, I wanted to transfer some material from consignment stores to my own stores. How do I do that? Movement type, transfer posting, storage location to storage location. Okay, look at here, storage location to storage location, or is it vendor consignment? Okay, storage location unrestricted to storage location unrestricted, or consignment to own. Okay, this is called consignment to own. You have to choose this one, movement type 411, special stock indicator K. Okay, so this time you give the vendor number. Okay, yeah, you can give that quantity of, for example, 15, hit enter, price change of 6.67 in a month, and that's okay. That's because at Radhika the price is 14, at Sundar Rao it is 16, so therefore it says the price change is different. Okay, now I have issued how much? 15, something like that. Now if you look at refresh, 490 minus 15, that is 475. Same way, if you look at the settlement, consignment and pipeline settlement, do I have a refresh button here? I don't have it. Now you see here, I'll just go and refresh it. Okay, you could see here, from this vendor, this is the amount to be settled. From this vendor, this is the amount to be settled. Are you getting my point? Now, how do I do settlement? If I know the vendor number, I can simply give the vendor number. For example, I wanted to settle with only one vendor. Okay, now you come back here, you give the vendor, you go with this one. Okay, before that, let me do goods transfer posting once again, this time from the from Radhika. Okay, same thing, same way I can do. This time it is Radhika I wanted to go with. Okay, I wanted to show you what we call the cumulative value, cumulative sum, right? So that's the reason I go with this. Okay, so now come back, go with refreshing consignment liability settlement. You could see from here the total withdrawn quantity is this much. If you want to check what is the cumulative value, 25, what is the amount to be paid, you see here this one. Okay, now how do I settle this? Instead of display, you go with settlement. Okay, this is a pipeline, not a pipeline, this is a consignment. So therefore you select settlement, go with consignment, go and execute. or I should have gone with display and settlement, or even this way also, no problem. You see here, consignment settlement, there was a message, no message was found for partner so and so. Okay, so this is how you do it. Let me complete this one also, because when you do settlement, instead of vendor sending you invoice, your SAP system will send you an invoice. For that, you have to have certain things in place. What is missing here? There is something called output type KONS will be there for the sending invoice from your SAP system to the vendor. That is missing here. So I just go and maintain it. Look at here. I just go and maintain this. It will be available in SAP invoice. Okay, I can quickly go and maintain that. As you can see here, it's everything is in the invoice. No message was found, so I'll go with maintain condition tables, or I can actually go with maintain condition records. Okay, or maintain condition. Okay, create condition records for invoice. As I told you, there is something called KONS. This is for the consignment. Company code vendor or company code. I simply go with company code. Okay, one sec. Let me go with company code vendor combination. Company code vendor. Company code is this one. What is the vendor? This is the vendor. Hit enter. Language you can say English. Okay, this is not required, but still, if you want, you can go and maintain it here. Save it, close it, back, close this. Once again, just go back. Once again, redo it. So therefore, it gets posted. Now you see document created. And this is the invoice, right? So if I have to look at the accounting document, you see here, this is called accounting document. Settings, view, give me a moment. Invoice document, you see here, this will give me an invoice posted by your SAP system. You see here, these are the accounts which gets updated. Okay. Right? So this is how the document will be settled or invoice. So this amount, okay, you could see here 385, which Radhika is supposed to get it. So there was a negative entry. This is called AP account or vendor's account. This is an instruction given to the accounts payable team. You have to pay Radhika 385 rupees. When the actual payment was done, Radhika's account will be updated with plus 385. It means she will get 385 rupees from my company. Right? So this is how it goes and gets updated. Right? So this is what the consignment process is. You could see here, create consignment purchase order. We have done that. We have done goods receipt. We have issued goods. Or you can also go with transfer posting from consignment to own stock, movement type 411. Right? Once that is done, then you go with settlement. Settle consignment liabilities is MRKO. Okay, so this is what we call it as the consignment process or process of consignment as a special procurement. Okay, you could see here all these things. When you actually go with liability, you see here 100 minus at the time of liability, and that's the reason Radhika 385 or 485 minus has come. Okay, when you actually pay at that point of time, you see here settlement, payment.
Sir, who will do the settlement?
Yeah, then who will do the settlement? ఎవరు చేయాలండి?
Yeah,
అకౌంట్స్ టీమ్ చేస్తుందండి.
accounts team.
Yeah.
అది కాదు సార్,
So-
సెటిల్మెంట్
And info record, everything will be maintained by the plant and the purchase order will be created by the buyers. So at settlement at the account
Correct.
team.
Yes.
in this case settlement means
Hmm.
the end of the month the suppliers will visit and find out the balance stock.
అవునండి. ఇప్పుడు మీరు చూడండి, ఈ ప్రాసెస్ లో నేను ఏం చేశాను, గూడ్స్ రిసీవ్ చేసి గూడ్స్ ఇష్యూ చేసి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ పోస్టింగ్ చేశాను కదా. చేసిన తర్వాత నేను ఎంఆర్కే సెటిల్మెంట్ కొట్టి ఏమైంది, ఒక వెండర్ నుంచి ఇంత స్టాక్ తీసుకున్నానని నేను వెండర్కి ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేశాను. వాడేం చేయాలి, వాడు నా ప్లాంట్కి వచ్చి చెక్ చేసుకుంటాడు, వీడు నిజంగా ఎంత వాడుకున్నాడా, లేకపోతే ఎక్కువ వాడుకున్నాడా, తక్కువ వాడుకున్నాడా, ఏమైనా మిస్యూజ్ అవుతుందా అని వాడు హీల్ కమ్ అండ్ హీల్ వెరిఫై ఇట్.
Yes sir.
That step is outside SAP. So what is SAP scope is depending upon the amount of material that you have issued or that you have transferred, for that quantity system generates invoice and sends to the supplier.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay.
అది ఇన్వెంటరీ కంట్రోల్ వాళ్ళు దాన్ని సర్టిఫై చేసి ఇస్తారా కన్సంప్షన్ ని?
అవునండి, చేస్తారు. అంటే సర్టిఫై చేయాల్సిన పని లేదు, మీకు ఈ సిస్టమ్ లో ఉంది కదా, మీరు ప్రింట్అవుట్ చూసారు కదా, GRGA స్లిప్ చూసారు కదా, దీనికి కూడా అట్లాగే స్లిప్ ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది.
అప్లై అప్లై అవుతున్నా కూడా, బట్ ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు ఫైనల్ గా మధ్యలో మళ్ళీ కొన్ని యూజర్ దగ్గర నుంచి ఉన్న దాంట్లో ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటే మళ్ళీ అతనికి రిటర్న్ చేయడానికి కూడా మళ్ళీ రిటర్న్ తీసుకుంటాం. తీసుకున్నా కూడా అది కూడా అది కస్టమర్ కి చూపిస్తాం అన్నమాట ఆ కంప్లైంట్స్. సో కాబట్టి మేము ఇన్వెంటరీ కంట్రోల్ ఫైనాన్స్ వాళ్ళు సర్టిఫై చేసిన తర్వాత దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ గో టు ఫైనాన్స్ అన్నమాట.
ఓకే, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఈ సర్టిఫికేషన్ మీది, మీ ఇన్వెంటరీ కంట్రోల్ వాళ్ళు సర్టిఫై చేస్తున్నారు అన్నారు కదా, అది అయిన తర్వాత సెటిల్మెంట్ కి వస్తుందండి. అవ్వక ముందు అయితే సెటిల్ చేయరు కదా.
ముందు చేయరు సార్, మంత్.
కరెక్ట్. అందుకేనండి రెగ్యులర్ ఇంటర్వల్స్ అని చెప్పాను నేను. ఈ ఫైనాన్స్ వాళ్ళకి ఇది ఎందుకు ఇస్తారంటే, ఇన్వెంటరీ కంట్రోల్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ నుంచి మీకు రిపోర్ట్ వచ్చిన తరువాత అప్పుడు ఈ ఫినాన్స్ వాళ్ళు సెటిల్మెంట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని రన్ చేస్తారు
సార్. ఓకే సార్.
పవిత్ర, మీ క్వశ్చన్?
So అడిగేసాను సార్, సెటిల్మెంట్ విల్ బి డన్ బై అకౌంట్స్.
ఓకే ఓకే. రాధిక, ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ ఎండ్? ఉన్నారండి?
No, sir.
Okay. All right then. So let's stop this session here, and then we will continue with special procurement tomorrow. I might require tomorrow is Thursday, right? So Friday also. So by Friday we will complete the special procurement.
So in the special procurement, the service, the item category D ఉంది, అది కూడా కవర్ అవుతుందా సార్?
అది స్పెషల్ చాప్టర్ అండి, సర్వీస్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్, ఎక్స్టర్నల్ సర్వీస్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ స్పెషల్ చాప్టర్ అది.
అది డిఫరెంట్. అది
వేరే చాప్టర్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ సర్వీస్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అని ఒక చాప్టర్ ఉంది, ఆ చాప్టర్ లో దాన్ని కవర్ చేస్తాం.
ఓకే. అని స్పెషల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ లో రాదా?
రాదండి.
ఐ మీన్ ఇది మీరు స్పెషల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ అని మామూలుగా ఓన్లీ జనరల్ మనకి అండర్స్టాండింగ్ కోసం మనం డివైడ్ చేశారు, లేకపోతే బేసికల్ అందరూ ఐ మీన్ కన్సైన్మెంట్ అండ్ ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ పైప్ లైన్ ఇస్ కన్సిడర్డ్ ఎస్ స్పెషల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్?
యాక్చువల్ గా స్పెషల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ అనేది పర్చేసింగ్ లో పార్ట్ అండి, కానీ స్పెషల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ చెప్పాలంటే మీకు ఇన్వెంటరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఫస్ట్ కంప్లీట్ చేయాలి. నేను స్పెషల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ లోనే ఈ గూడ్స్ రిసీట్, గూడ్స్ ఇష్యూస్ చెప్పాలంటే చెప్పలేను కదా. మీకు గూడ్స్ రిసీట్ ఇష్యూస్, ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ పోస్టింగ్స్ చెప్పకుండా స్పెషల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ లో దీన్ని నేను చెప్పలేనండి. అందుచేత ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఇన్వెంటరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ వి విల్ రీవిజిట్ ది పర్చేసింగ్ యాజ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ స్పెషల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్.
ఓకే.
ఇప్పుడు మీకు స్పెషల్ ప్రొక్యూర్మెంట్ మీరు చూసారు, ఇప్పుడు ఈరోజు గూడ్స్ ఇష్యూ చూసారు, గూడ్స్ రిసిప్ట్ చూసారు, కన్సైన్మెంట్ ఐ మీన్ మూవింగ్ స్టాక్ ఫ్రమ్ కన్సైన్మెంట్ టు ఓన్, ఇవన్నీ మీకు పర్చేసింగ్ అప్పుడు మీకేం చెప్పలేదు కదా నేను. అప్పుడే ఇది చెప్పాలంటే ఏమవుతుంది, కష్టం అవుతుంది, అంటే మీకు అర్థం కాదు నేర్చుకునే వాళ్ళకి ఎవరికి కూడా. సో దాట్స్ ద రీజన్ అంటే ఎస్ఐపి కోర్స్ కరికులం లోనే అట్లా పెట్టారు వాళ్ళు సెపరేట్ గా, ఎందుకంటే ఈ రీజన్. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు
Like for better understanding.
yeah, like for better understanding. కానీ ఇప్పుడు at my stage or once you know go through all these topics, అప్పుడు మీకు ఇన్వెంటరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ చెప్పక ముందు చెప్పినా కూడా అర్థం అవుతుంది, because you have already covered and you are at certain level of understanding. So
Okay,
it's
yeah.
meant for only use of rather better understanding.
Okay, sir.
All right, so let's stop the
Yeah.
session here and we will continue tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Andy. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.